Future Self Podcast, Episode 10.
This is the Future Self Estate Planning Podcast, your place for financial and estate planning tips and so much more to make your future self your biggest fan. Here's your host, Robert Ingalls.
All right, Future Self listeners. Welcome to Episode 10 of the Future Self Podcast, your resource for actionable advice that you can implement in your life immediately to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And with that goal in mind, I will be compiling knowledge, insight, and inspiration from some of the most accomplished minds and serving it up to you every Friday. Now, Future Self listeners, it was a short week and it is going to be a short episode. We have some big stuff going on around here. Next week, I am excited to tell you we are launching the website for the Future Self Podcast. It is going to be its own website from here on out. Initially, my goal for this show was to create a resource for clients where they could come and find answers to their estate planning questions. But not only that, I also wanted to create an equally valuable resource that addressed the very real day-to-day concerns of my average client, somewhere that they could find advice on implementing positive habits and decision-making strategies, a place with straightforward tips that they could get and implement in their life immediately to start seeing results. However, what I did not anticipate was the overwhelming response I was going to get from clients and new listeners. Every week I'm getting questions, and almost all of the questions focus on goal setting and developing strategies to get more out of their lives. And as that happened, the podcast began to shift in more of a direction towards personal development and kind of away from estate planning. And I'm so passionate about helping you make real, tangible, positive changes in your life. But at the same time, I also want to provide the best and most relevant content for my estate planning clients. And that's why I'm moving the Future Self Podcast to its own dedicated page. We'll be on a new site, but I will still be here every Friday with fresh, actionable content and step-by-step guides to get you from where you are to where you want to be. We're going to be right back here next week with the blueprint for getting high-value mentors. We've talked about mentors a couple times on the show, but next week's episode is going to be all about mentors. So whether you're having trouble making the connections you need to take yourself to the next level, or if you're just looking to tighten up your game, then this is an episode that you do not want to miss. I want to take this moment in the show and give a little preview of the killer guest that we are going to be hearing from in the next 2 weeks. We're going to hear from one of the rising stars in the billion-dollar esports industry, the co-founder and CEO of the live streaming service Disco Melee. That is Mr. Coy Pittman. Very excited to have Coy on the show. Another phenomenal guest. I am pumped to talk with the globe-trotting photographer extraordinaire and photography teacher and owner of Ellie's Photography, Elizabeth Ellie Russell. Fantastic guest. I can't wait to have her. Then I will be getting the skinny from one of my favorite chefs in the world, and the owner of Yelp's highest rated food service in Charlotte, North Carolina. You may have seen his viral videos during the Panthers playoff run last year, or perhaps entertaining Johnny Knoxville in Bad Grandpa. The man that makes the absolute best chili and chicken salad in all of the land, Vic the Chili Man. I cannot wait to have him on here. It's going to be a fun time. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to get to those interviews, and I will keep you up to date when those episodes are coming out. Now, Future Self listeners, we are not going to dive deep into any topic this week, but I promise you value every week, and I am going to give it to you. For the next 3 days, you're going to get access to virtually any course on Udemy for just $15. Now, there are a couple premium courses on there not included, but I just checked today, and every single course I've ever personally taken myself, and that's dozens, are going to be included in that $15 package. So go check it out. It is a phenomenal deal. For $15, you're going to get courses that regularly sell for $50 to $100. And all you have to do is go to ingalslawfirm.com/blog or check the show notes and you'll find the link and the promo code to get that deal. But you have to move quick. The deal expires Tuesday morning, September 13th at 9 a.m. So get on that. That is Udemy, and go to ingleslawfirm.com/blog or check the show notes for the link and promo code. Now, Future Self listeners, we talk about this a lot. Life is one long learning experience. So try to approach every day thinking, what can I learn today that will get me just a little bit closer to where I want to be? Because knowledge is everywhere. You just have to know where to look. And we talk about the resources all the time. I'm going to go ahead and link them on the blog again this week, as well as the show notes. iTunes, University, Khan Academy, Code Academy, and then obviously Udemy, and then the world's biggest bookshelf, Kindle Unlimited. And as you know, the show has an affiliate relationship with Udemy and Amazon with Kindle Unlimited. So any purchase you make through those two links are going to help me keep the lights on around here. So it's definitely a win-win. You will get incredible knowledge on the cheap, and I get to keep bringing you killer valuable content every Friday. Future Self listener, your time is your most valuable resource. And so I want to say a sincere thank you for spending, a few minutes of your day with me today. We're on episode 10, so I really do want to extend a genuine thank you on that. I know how precious your time is. I'm never going to waste it. That's why I show up here every Friday, ready to give you something valuable that you can use today. And I am looking forward to this next step in the podcast with you. I'm so excited. We've had such a positive response to our one-to-one coaching sessions that in the next few weeks, we're going to be offering a limited number of those coaching sessions each week. Now, we haven't started yet, but we have already started a waiting list. We've already gotten some positive feedback from a number of people. So if you want early access, just shoot us an email and we'll put you on the list. We'll let you know that we got that as well. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone that shot me a message last week with the promises you made to yourself. That was truly inspirational stuff. I enjoyed following up with you this week and hearing about what it is that you decided to do and how you took steps to do it. Keep sending that stuff my way. I can't tell you the joy it brings me to see someone taking charge of their life and making the tough decisions to get where they want to be. I love it. As always, shoot me a message. Let me know what you're up to. What are you struggling with? What are the big wins that you've been having recently? Let's celebrate some of those as well. Future Self listeners, if you liked what you heard today, will you do me a quick favor? I want you to head on over to the iTunes Store, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, whatever platform it is that you're listening on, and leave me an honest review. Let me know what you think of the show. Those reviews are so important to us. They help us move up the ranks, and they help us get exposure, which is what allows me to keep doing what I'm doing and keep bringing you the high-quality, high-value guests that we're bringing on the show. Also, if you liked what you heard, share it with a friend. Share it with someone who may need to hear it. That's how we get the word out. You've been doing a great job of that so far. A big thank you for that. So thanks again for spending some time with me today, and I will see you here next Friday. Now get out there and give your future self something to cheer about.
You've been listening to the Future Self Estate Planning Podcast. If you're serious about planning for the future, then we have exactly what you need. Check out our website at www.ingleslawfirm.com for more actionable estate planning content. Thanks for listening. Now, get out there and give your future self something to cheer about. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Pinterest at Ingles Law.